People can see me. Can you hear the music? I don't know. Hoping not. And no, I'm not gay. Wow, the first question. Oh, that's mucked up a bit. There we go. And why is that mucked up? Why is that no piece there? In fact, let's just get this, which should show me everything a bit easier. What are you doing? I am finishing off a bit of client work because something was a bit wrong with it and they asked me to redo a bit. So I thought I would. Okay. Hopefully this time it goes a bit better. Yeah, there we go. Do I want 30 or do I want more? I'll go for 40. Are you ever going to do background designs or stick with intros? I'm sticking with intros just because backgrounds aren't my thing. I've always done intros and never been that great at backgrounds. Do you use Maya too? I've never used it. I think I've opened it, but I've never actually used it. Let's get rid of in fact, I can just yeah, that's still fine. Yeah, it's fine. Right. Ooh. Right, so needs to be a couple of these. Oh, I don't want to do that just yet. Can you show us your intro folders and show us what you've done in the past? What work I've done in the past? You can see like my show reel, which contains most of it, but like in here, recently I've had that was my one for someone called Motherboard Inc. Yeah, so I did all the camera work in Cinema 4D and then brought it into Element 3D in After Effects to kind of texture and render it, because it was a really short deadline and I kind of needed to get something kind of clean and simple quite quickly, so I did it in After Effects instead. So I have like the camera export and all of it. What clan, dude? Like something like TRG or something? I don't really know. Or TRB. So I need to... Are you in clan? No. I used to be in a clan called Prototype 4D, but I didn't really enjoy it that much just because it was more of a kind of childy kind of thing rather than anything too serious, so I didn't really stick with it for long. Would you like to work on the 3D area? Yeah, my plan is to kind of going into some sort of 3D thing, but anything in design would be good. Are you using the stage? In that one I use a stage object, but this one, this is just all one camera. Really simple stuff. But right now I need to duplicate that and add a glow for the coloured material, and also one there. I also might change the glow to something more appropriate. And then that will go there, and that will go there, and there, and that will change. Right. Now get them on, and it should all work fine. Have we got anything more there? No. How do you make intros really good? Practice. Practice is key. Do you love lesbian? What guy doesn't? Can you show us your AE render settings? I'm going to jump into After Effects soon, because I'm going to put this down to render, and then I probably won't be using Cinema 4D for a while, in the stream anyway. So I'll be jumping into After Effects and kind of finishing off a template for all of you guys, because I'm working on something. So yeah, I'll show you kind of what I do in there. But right now I'm just checking to see if one frame renders out fine, and if it does, I can click render. So, oh, can I multi-pass the material? Oh, I can. Oh yeah, that might be better actually. Post effects. Then that's already buffered out. I'm not too sure how that works. How do you make babies? No, we're not going to go there. That's not for this stream. But I might just change the glow a bit to something like 50 and 80. And also the radius of these two. To 0.5. Just to make sure. Are you love gays? I have nothing against them. Well, and that now doesn't seem to have any glow. Maybe one. Maybe that. No, we'll try that. What do you learn in uni? A kind of mix of all things, really. Mainly, I don't know what. I don't really know what we learn. Right now we're working with the CryEngine, which I would show you, but I'd have to restart my computer into Windows. But we're kind of making a cinematic for a game which should turn out pretty cool. I'm definitely uploading the final result of that on here, and so will Spratty, who I'm working with for the project, as well as a couple of others. So I think it should turn out pretty cool, but I guess only time will tell. Right now we haven't really done anything. Okay, so that's all I really want, like a really subtle glow. So we'll try that. So save, output all frames. Multi-pass, pass 2, main pass 2. And the compositing file will save, and that should be it. Yeah, I think that's all I need. Just make sure this is minimal. And turn it down a bit, save and render. Sweet. I'm not answering that question. What game, may I ask? I'm just going to make sure that shadows haven't turned off, which they have. That's such an annoying bug. Right. Sweet. The game itself is irrelevant because we haven't actually thought of one. All we're making is a cutscene for one and kind of coming up with an idea. It has to be based around Stonehenge, which is kind of South England. So we're 3D modelling that and bringing it into the CryEngine and kind of animating characters, weapons, doing some really slow motion shots. I have some inspiration which we did for it, which, if I can find my little USB stick, which should be, it's probably in my bag. No, it's on my bed. Of course that doesn't fit in. Okay, maybe I can't show you because the USB cable for my microphone's too long. But we got some really slow motion shots planned, and the idea itself is really good. There are a few other people with good ideas, but if we pull it off, I think it will turn out really well. So hopefully it'll be quite good. Do you like Portugal? Yeah, I actually go there. Well, I've been there for the past 2 summers in a row. For a kind of lads holiday with some of my best friends from back home, and so yeah, I really like it. It's nice and hot, which is what you want. Okay. Is there a way add delay effector to objects in a cloner being moved by a plane? Yeah, that should be pretty straightforward. So say you have a cube and just make it 10 by 10 by 10, throw it into a cloner, maybe to grid. Then with the cloner selected you make a plane, was it? Yeah, plane. And we'll change it to actually change size to 0 and the fall off to linear. That way we can keyframe the plane effector maybe like that. So they go, we'll change size, maybe the cube's a bit small. So you have something like that. Then with the cloner selected again, then add a delay effector, and it should automatically be underneath the plane. Change the blend to spring, and there you are. It's affected by both. Yeah. Seem to have got a bit of a cold, hence me constantly kind of sniffing. But yeah, that's how you get affected. It's pretty cool. Oh no, I'm not inside the camera. Why didn't any of you tell me? There we go. Oh, and shadows have turned off. Ah, such a pain. I think it's because I got V-Ray installed. Like, it just decides it doesn't want to work nicely. But there we go. That should be right. Again, it's probably better to ask questions via Twitter. Just because it's more consistent and I get a little message up here. So sometimes I won't be able to see because I'm using Skype as well, and that's kind of covering my school is giving me an eMac. I have no idea what that is. Oh, if it's one of them. If it's a really, really old computer, then no way is it going to be able to run these programs. You need a pretty high-end computer to be able to run these, purely because they take so much power out of your computer. Like, you might be able to run it, but it will just be incredibly slow. How many frames does your animation and intros have? This one's 120. Normally I go for about 5 to 6 seconds long, and either at 30 frames a second or 24. 24 is what your eye can see. And so that's a good way to like cut 6 frames a second out of your animation if you're kind of stuck for time. And hey Adam, how am I so amazing? I don't know. It's a natural gift, I guess. Let's just drop that down. Right. So, would you like to get into RealFlow stuff? I've tried it out, and one of my friends is really good at using it, so I'll try and get into it a bit. We're using it for our project to create rain and things like that, so hopefully that'll turn out pretty cool. But who knows, really. You're so wise. Thanks, Adam. Do I love you? Not really, I'm afraid. But you can think I do if you want. Do you use Element 3D? I'm currently using it right now to create a template, which will hopefully be quite cool. But who knows. So I want these keyframes, and I want another text, which will be even more text. And let's just hide all them. For some reason, yeah, there we go. And get that in the middle. Ever considered using DPIT? I haven't really looked into it. I might, maybe. There's a lot of things I want to get into using, but I don't really have that much time. So let's close that, and no, grab that. It's going to be really slow because I'm rendering as well, but we'll struggle through. So let's duplicate that, and then collapse all. So this one's going to be on the third channel, and it's going to use a third custom, and click OK. And then believe that these, size 12. So particle look 12. Oh, that's a bit smaller, so we'll scale that up until it's the same as all of the others, like so. May I add you on Skype? I'm really trying to keep my Skype contacts down right now. I need to go on a massive deleting spree, but maybe in like a week. Do I have PS3 or Xbox? I have an Xbox, and I'm going to start. I think I might do some streaming on that on Twitch after summer, when I get much faster internet, because I'll be living in a different house at uni. Showed it to Smokey today. He called it cheating too easy. Well, that sounds like it'd be good for me then, because I'm terrible at using like Turbulence FD. Tried using it on my most recent project, just crashed my computer for no apparent reason. So I want to get a force opacity down, and hopefully here I can throw that maybe there. Yeah, well, maybe I'll definitely look into that then, because that sounds very, very useful. So this is pretty much on top of that. So it kind of fades in. Then I need the rotation Y of this group. Multi-object, enable rotation Y. And that way I have a keyframe here to play with, so I can neaten that up. And what do I want? I want all of these, but here. And I also want these two, maybe here. Now I just gotta neaten this all up, so this actually wants to be like there, and these if it would highlight. Fine, I'll click them. And I also want this one to happen there. What's your name, Ian? Wow, I think you answered your own question. My name is pronounced the same as yours, but it's spelled Ian. Yeah, mine's the Scottish way. Scottish spelling. As my dad is Scottish and wanted some of his heritage in my name. How's it going now? Once this is done though, the rest will be really quick, as I've already done the After Effects file. I don't really get what its position is. Oh yeah, I do. Let's see what the next one is. Oh, that seems to turn quite late. Y position. And the opacity needs to be pretty close to each other. And maybe even this third layer could come out. Was that finished? Yeah. Hopefully that hasn't put it there. No. We're good. Planning on doing a fire tutorial soon. There's no really Yeah. Do a tutorial and so I can see what it's like and then I might get it. So pretty much sell it to me. Maybe that. Can you show us how to make a really nice intro like a nuke dropping? We'll see. What GCSEs and A-levels have you done in school? Well, I'm at university, so I did A-levels now, God, it must have been about 3 years ago. GCSEs, I did, oh dear, did art, history, I can't remember what else I did. Separate science, maybe. As for A-levels, I did maths, further maths, physics, and photography. So yeah, that was good. Grade-wise, all quite high. GCSEs, I only got 1 A star, but got quite a few A's, a few B's, and like 1 C. Can't remember what that was in, maybe English, because I just mucked around in that. A-levels, I got I think CBA, maybe. Then it's really cheap for what you get. Liquid simulations are amazing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Have you seen Doctor Who, True Blood, or The Vampire Diaries? I've seen like one episode of Doctor Who, but not really into um, kind of dramas, so to speak. Mainly just watch comedies, but I've heard they're quite good. Um, you inspire me to be a GFX designer and an intro maker. Do you mind checking my channel? I might check out channels a bit later, but for now I'm just kind of working on stuff. My client has to go. Do you have a girlfriend? No, I've been I've been single for like 4 or 5 years, maybe. No, can't be. Since I was about 18, perhaps. I've been single, so 3 years. How long have you been doing 3D intros for? For like maybe a year and a bit now, perhaps. I think I really got into it, not this summer being, but the summer before. So coming up to 2 years. And no, I'm not Canadian, I'm British. How long have you been motion designing? As I just said, a couple of years. Can I bring them in together and then... No. Have you been to Canada? No, but it's one of the places I really want to be. Want to visit. One of my friends is currently studying out there. And so I really want to... I might go visit her at May. No, I'm definitely not. Because I just realised that's next month. But I hope to go out there at some stage. I might... There's a guy called Ferox who I wouldn't mind going to visit. He seems quite cool. And I love skiing, so that's definitely something I'd love to do out there as well. Did you buy Cinema 4D or hacked it? I got the student version, and so it was quite cheap and lasts for my entire degree. And then if it's what I want to do after university, then I'll buy it, like the full version, and so I can use it, like all the features, and it won't be time restricted for a few time, like 18 months or so. Do you have a boyfriend? No, because I don't swing that way. How long have you been designing in general? Who inspired you? Like Project 4D, Acres HD, then iDigital Universe, like all of them when I started out were like the big guys, so to speak, and so you obviously look up to those who are a bit like who are bigger than you, and they were doing really like cool things, like things I still probably couldn't do, but they really inspired me to like continue. They had tutorials out, so I kept like following them, and it was all really cool, and I like picked it up reasonably quickly, I like to think, and so far so good. Might I ask what degree you currently undertake at university? I study digital media production, which is a lot less interesting than it sounds, but it's pretty cool. You got to do a load of different things, and you just got to learn a massive range of skills, just not too in depth. So it means you kind of have a lot of opportunity to get a whole range of jobs when you finish, hopefully. But it's not going to be easy at all. So here I want to, where does it start appearing? Here. So displace, and then around about here I want it on 0. 0. There we go. Maybe a bit sooner. If you'd done a shout out, would you have to pay? I'm not shouting out anyone. Who are you doing an intro for? Okay, who are you partners with? I'm with Yaush. They came to me last May, maybe. And so I've been partnered with them for almost a year now, which is pretty crazy. Who are you doing an intro for? It's for all of you. It's completely editable in Element 3D if you have it. When did you start YouTube? My original channel, let's try and find that. I'll bring this over here. My original channel was started in 2009 in June, but that was mainly to get past the age restrictions. So that's what I used to use, and then my current channel was started, if it loads and lets me scroll, was started in March. So I must have got partnered. Oh no, shit, May's a while away. I might be going to Canada now. For some reason I couldn't remember the months of the year. So, yeah, who knows, maybe I'll be going to Canada this year in May. So, 3 months' time. What do you plan to do in the future? And who would you enjoy to work for? I know you said digital media, but that's a bit too general. It's not really too general at all. Like, if you work in a company, you'll be doing all sorts of things. So, if I go in as a general artist, I could be doing work in 3D one day, and then like maybe photography or film the next day. And that's what I really want to do. Like, I kind of want like a massive broad range of things to do. I'd love to like get a job where I end up traveling, so something like working for the BBC would be great, because you go and do like documentaries all around the world with these insanely expensive cameras, and I just think it'd be so much fun. Did you already have two girlfriends in the same? Does that mean, have you ever had 2 girlfriends at the same time? Well, this one time, I was kind of seeing 2 girls at once. We weren't going out, but they definitely didn't know about each other, and it became really awkward because one of them really wanted to go out with me, whereas I was quite happy just kind of fooling around with both of them, and it was only over summer. So, yeah, that's that situation. How can you be so awesome? I don't know. It's hard for me at times. How long did it take to become where you are now? I can't really put a time on it because my whole life's been kind of arty. So I've always done something that's kind of kept me going in the graphics industry, kind of thing, like art, photography. Takes me forever to render the advanced intro. How many gigabytes of RAM do you have? I have 8 on my on this laptop, but it's more to do with your processor, because I have a quad-core i7, which is pretty powerful. But for kind of big intros, I'll leave it overnight to render if I know it's going to take a while. But it's all kind of all down to how much you're willing. God, there's a lot of questions here. Do you have any advice for starting channels? Being consistent with uploads. Like regularly uploading is a big important aspect of it. Kind of interacting with your subscribers, like what I'm doing now, like talking with you lot, is a big part of it as well. And just try and be slightly original, and yeah, just kind of have fun, and hopefully it'll get you a bit more noticed. Work for free for a while, kind of with bigger people, and that way they will maybe shout you out. Yeah. Otherwise, just try and do something that hasn't really been done much or at all before. What's your dream job? My dream job would be to lie in bed with a ton of women around me and just being given money to do whatever I want. But obviously that's not plausible unless I win the lottery. So I don't know, anything to do with travelling around would be fantastic. Have a go at 2D intros? No, because I'm not very good at them. Have you ever done real video production work involved mainly camera work? Yeah, last year we did a video, kind of not a documentary, kind of like an action video, but we never got around to finishing it because the deadline came really soon, and we thought we'd have a bit longer to work on it, but due to really bad weather we couldn't get it done. Are you a GFX or editor or player? I'm a motion designer, or graphic artist, whatever. I'm not an editor. Like, I'd quite like to edit some things soon, just for a bit of practice. And player, I play, but I don't like go for clips or whatever. I just have fun, like what gaming's quite meant to be. I did that 7 times. The AEC file doesn't work. You probably haven't installed the plugin for After Effects that lets you use the AEC file. How did you come upon the name Chudley Designs? Chudley's my surname, and I design stuff, so put two and two together. Will you do a giveaway soon? What I'm working on right now is for a giveaway, believe it or not. So yeah, you will be getting a giveaway soon. Come on, please, you can only try, please. Try what? Oh, 2D intros. No, I did it a while ago, and I work strictly in 3D, I'm afraid. Okay, let's get you, and I need to change this back one. Is it? No. They do look nicer, do you agree? Not at all, like, it's completely Depends on how you actually do it. If you're starting out, like a 3D one might look a bit better. What are you recording with? This is a program you get given if you become a partner, and it looks a bit like this. It's pretty good. You can have like just your face if you want, or just the screen. And I have my face just because it makes it a little bit more personal, and that just goes over on my second monitor. Where do you live? I currently am living in Sheffield, but originally I am from Cambridge in the UK. Do you have any tips on good channel names? Don't put numbers in, that's a start, and don't put like MLG or Snipes, then you'll be fine. Do you do dual commentaries? Not really, because I don't do commentaries at all. If Universal asked you to create an intro for free, would you do it? Probably, but since they're such a big company, they would never ask a designer for free work, just because they don't have to. Like, the bigger the company, the more they'll pay, just because they have the money to do so, and they respect how much hard work goes into it, because they know from first-hand experience how hard it is, so they'll be willing to pay more. And so I know one of my friends did a set of photos for a museum, and they asked how much he wanted to be paid, and he said 200 in an email, and they replied with, I presume you meant 2,000. So he got paid $2,000 for photos of this museum. Do you play Minecraft? I used to quite a bit, and after watching Tom play the other day, I really wanted to play again. So I think I probably will. Probably will play it soon, but who knows? Who knows when? Definitely not on stream at the moment anyway. Maybe down the line a bit. It's just my internet's so poor that it kind of destroys my computer, and especially with this rendering. Oh no. Oh, it may be might be able to be saved. That's pretty cool. Didn't really realise all of these, but we should be able to save the image. But if we turn that, yeah, we can save it. So cool. Like, you can do so much in post-production. Are you friend to Spratty? Yeah, he's one of my best friends at uni. So yeah. Wirecast, yeah, that's what I'm using. How is your study? Where is it? Would you recommend it? I study in Sheffield. I study digital media production, and depending on what you want to do in life, I would or would not recommend it. Okay. Do your soul skills lie only in motion graphics? Are they in other programs as well? I know a lot of programs. like, I did 3 years of Photoshop, but that's not like manipulations. I mainly know how to do like photo edits, so like professional photography and touching them up, which at first I thought that's pretty much what Photoshop was limited to, but you see some crazy things now. So yeah, I know Photoshop from a photographer's point of view. Illustrator is one of those programs I want to get into. After Effects I know a fair amount about. Kind of video editing as well, I know quite a bit about it. There's a load of things. But motion design is possibly my probably the most attractive feature, I guess, for a CV. Can you make intros on Photoshop because there is a timeline option? Technically, yeah, I guess you could. We are country neighbours. Where are you from then? Alright. Let's grab you and throw you into a new comp. I could just... No, I'll use... Oh, people might not have that actually. Gotta remember I gotta keep this for everyone. So I will use the motion blur on 230. No, not enough. 300. 500. No. 350. There we are. Oh, you... Do you know iGhazi? No, I don't. Are you a Kiwi? No, I'm British. I don't think I sound Australian. How do you beat YouTube's quality? Luck, I guess. All my intros are better quality on my computer than on YouTube for sure. But the quality doesn't degrade that much as long as you render out with H.264. I just use that preset there, and that works out fine. That's pretty much it. So this should be fine. But I don't want it to... Oh, I need an ending actually. And so that'll just rotate and disappear. Do you get annoyed when people spell your name wrong? I used to when I was about 12, but I don't care anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure one of my electricity bill for here has my name wrong, but I wouldn't let it bother you. It's a name. Like, it doesn't matter how it's spelt. You know it's addressed to you. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I don't know. Hopefully in a full-time job. And that's all I really want. Like, hopefully it's a job I enjoy. But if it's not something I enjoy, then hopefully it's temporary. And I'll probably keep moving jobs until I get one which I finally enjoy. What do you do in your spare time? Quite a bit of spare time is taken up by this, but I don't let it get away of my social life too much, he says. So yeah, I'll always choose friends over this, unless it's a massive project where I just need to kind of knuckle down on. But I play a lot of pool with Spratty and a few others after lessons in a pub, or kind of just go out, have a bit of fun, do whatever, like see what the day takes, well, where the day takes us almost. I don't really care what we do. As long as I'm with friends, it's fine. Do you get a lot of girls? I don't do badly, but there is more to life than that, which I found out after a while. But last year I went a little bit crazy. My housemates started a little girl chart up for me for every time I bought someone back, which is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Right, so we've got this, and so these change, so I'm going to stop it at about 8 seconds, maybe. Yeah, 8. Working on a controller ordered by Phase Plumage. Do you mean by James? If he wants one designed, you could probably do it, but let me know. What he make it more clear. Make your sentence more clear. Hey Ian. Hey Proud Red. So. So I want to delete that, and maybe about there it'll be, is it 90? Oh no, maybe minus 90. And then force opacity, maybe about here. I'll add one, then by here, maybe just before, I will change it to 0. Did you ever consider the apprenticeship route over university pathway? No. Both my brothers went to university. I've kind of always had it in my mind that university was a option for me. I would have potentially considered just doing a kind of program-specific course, kind of learning all there was to learn in kind of a few intensive lessons rather than over a period of years. But university gives you such like a life-changing experience of like meeting new people, living on your own away from your family, that like you just have to, really. Like, in my opinion, university is such a big deal. Oh look, there's Imagine Customs. Hey man, you never replied to my look, you never replied. I messaged you and you didn't reply, so get the fuck on Twitter. Do you prefer bacon over sausage? Yeah. I'm sure my housemate could tell you that I bloody love bacon. I get through so much. But every man loves loves it, especially if you go out drinking. It's the best cure. I wish this would finish so I actually could use. Really hoping I can change that glow. But look at all them. That's so cool. So just to make sure I can just change these, might even add them to the top so I can. Who do you support in football? I don't really follow much football, but if I had to choose, probably Liverpool. Simply because my entire family supports Liverpool, so I'll just follow the family on that one. What are my PC specs? If you look at my university house setup, it's written in the description of that. Can't be bothered to reel them off here. Are you going to involve other 3D programs later in your designer's life? Well, at the moment I'm using CryEngine, which they use to make games like Far Cry and Crysis, and so that's really fun to work with, but it's really hard to get good at. Well, for me it seems like quite a steep learning curve, but I'm sure it's really simple. I just got a few tutorials up on it to go through, maybe after this or tomorrow when I don't have uni, and hopefully I can get some progress done on that. And I might even make a Behance project for our project that we're working on, so you can kind of see how the project's coming along, and I might post it on Facebook as well. Do you also have the problem with the new comments on the... Yeah, it's a massive pain. I have a constant personal message, as well as loads of comments which I can't actually get rid of at all. How do I make the smoke in my backgrounds? That can be done in several ways. I occasionally use a plugin, an effect called Fractal Clouds, which if you make a new solid and just drag it on, looks a bit like that, and you just change the blend with original down, and when you play that through, it will have this constant smoke in the background. Sometimes it's Action Essentials, sometimes they are the actual clouds rendered out of Cinema 4D. And yes, I know I'm listening to the same songs over and over, but I don't care. Do you want the new update to come to YouTube? I don't really mind the new layout. A load of designers are kind of moaning about it, but honestly, if you can't work with it, then you're not a great designer. You're never going to have the perfect project from a client ever. So you just got to learn to adapt. That's what I've always done when it comes to my work. If someone doesn't like it, I kind of scrap it, start again, and it kind of makes you improve. So just following the same old template again and again, it's just going to make you a worse designer. So them constantly changing it dramatically is a good thing, I think. Would you ever protest about the new YouTube on YouTube? No, because I just don't care enough. Oh, someone's added me to a mass Skype call, so leave conversation. And oh, is that going to crash Skype? I don't know why people do that, it's so dumb. But anyway. So we're going to put the D there? Oh, I see. Tip for anyone about to make smoke. You can make a square parallel spotlights out to visible light. Yeah, I used to do that as well. Or you can use Pyrocluster if you don't mind long render times. Must have Cinema 4D plugins. Well, the ones I use mostly are Nitroblast, because that is a massive time saver a lot of the time. Then I don't know, if you don't want to pay for that, maybe Trowsy. Turbulence FD is pretty good, but quite hard to get the hang of. Ivy Grower is pretty cool. I don't really use that as much as I should. Uber Trace is really cool. I haven't ever used Magic Slow Motion, don't know why. Reaper X is pretty cool as well. The Transform plugin by Grayscale Gorilla is pretty cool. Then the Grayscale Gorilla Light Kit is a must, probably, for almost all designers, no matter if you're starting up or advanced. Nitroblast isn't free, no, but it's not expensive. It's only like $30 or something. No, like $40, $50. And if you have to go, then I guess I'll see you later. Right. Oh, I never thought about that. Does it actually generate the splines? God, why have I never thought of that? And that's really cool. That'd be really useful. The only problem, like the only thing I want the Ivy generator to do is actually for you to actually be able to generate animate the growth. But I guess you could do that with yeah, I guess you could just use a sweep node and animate that going along it. Well, that's what I'm going to try after I kind of finish up this, which is pretty much done. Ooh, I know what it does. Where's that bloody normalized size? I want these to be exactly the same size, like height-wise. Maybe not. maybe that'll just mock it up. There we go. Alright, so let's just save that and close out. Have you had the opportunity to go under a work placement while at uni? No. They don't offer like a year in industry. Like, in my opinion, doing this is kind of experience in itself. Obviously not the same experience you get if I was to work in an actual office or for a production company, but it's pretty helpful. Like, I've learned so much from doing this. Close. Click. New. Right, so let's try this. Cube. Plugins. Ivy Grower. Hey Ali. I was working on an Element 3D template for people, but now I'm just testing out. So, create branch spline and swoop nerves. Okay. Don't care about leaves. Yeah, I want separate. Grow. Okay, then you could always rotate it down and kind of move that up. So if I then grab that and put it down, that's gonna be way too big. 0.1. And make that maybe. Kind of want it a bit jaggedy. There we go. Then yeah, you could. Oh, does it treat one? Oh no. Oh, it could have been so cool. But yeah, that is definitely some. Yeah, that would be so cool to work with if you could render out individual splines. Let's try that. Let's see if there are any more settings which I missed. So growth. So, ooh, where's that gone? Facecam stopped. Oh yeah, you're right. Why is that stopped? Remove camera. Add camera. Oh, that's weird. Right. Yeah, maybe I had to just not have my face, unfortunately. Thanks for pointing it out, people. Yeah, looks like the camera is just not gonna work too well. Yeah, that's completely frozen for no reason. Yeah, looks like you'll just have to deal without being able to see me. Could you do an advanced 3D intro to? There's one on my channel. Can't get in contact with big people, especially now Synergy has kicked me. You just gotta keep contacting them, or even just doing the work for them, and then. Ooh, what's that? Oh, look, because it looks like I'm not actually doing anything. I'll actually get that up. You'll notice the plugin creates an object called IG Spline, which is a simple spline path with additional. Right. Is that in this, or do I have to update it? Maybe there's a new version out, which would be pretty cool. Oh, create IG Spline. Okay. So, grow Ivy. Is that going up? That's pretty crazy. Stop growing. Do you currently have a website? If not, are you considering creating one in the near future? I have a website which is just ianchudley.co.uk, but that is cool. That is my just a blog. Oh, that is awesome. So can that go in a sweep NURBS? Oh, that'd be. Or does it just affect? No way. How have I not seen that before? That is so cool. Oh, that is awesome. Mate. Mate, look at that. Oh, sweet. Cheers, Concept Josh. Yeah. You go subscribe to him for some sweet advice. That is awesome. Oh, you just done a tutorial on it. Oh, 4 weeks ago. Oh, that is awesome. Facecam is gone, yeah, because it froze. So unfortunately you can't have that anymore for this I'll probably have to close the stream and put it back up or restart my computer. I know it looks sweet. I'm gonna play about with that a bit, I think. Right, let's get that down. See, not only is a stream kind of helping you interact with me, but it's also getting other people noticed, which is pretty sweet. That's kind of the aim. It's gonna be slow as hell with the render, but we'll go. What's the plugin called? It's called Ivy Grower. It's actually free as well, and it is so cool. No, adaptive. I wonder how many I've gained. I didn't check how many I had when I started, but how many have I got today? Not many actually. 443. Do you participate in these live videos often? I do them whenever I don't really have anything planned. I hope to do quite a few. But I guess it depends, like what I'm doing that day. Like I can never say for sure that I'll be live streaming. I didn't even think I was gonna do this one because I was doing the client work, but here I am. That is cool. And the best thing is I'm pretty sure they interact with each other as well, so you could use this simply for like growing cables if you limit it to like 2. I mean, this will absolutely kill it, but maybe that won't even work. Let's throw you back in there. Do you have a good toot on using the physical render with depth of field? It can be quite hard to get a good result, but we can have a go. Like, it's just going to be horrible because I'm rendering this out as well, so that's going to take up most of my computer's power, hence why it's not being great at the moment. Normally my computer's a lot faster. We might be able to make this into a kind of like a desktop background almost, maybe. Let's try and find a good angle to go in. And let's rotate you round more like there. Then physical, camera, progressive renderer. What's your serious question, man? So good God. If you're asked to do an introduction for a game development company, how much will you charge for it? And it has to be very professional. Honestly, I couldn't say. It'd depend on it would depend all on what they really wanted, how long it would have to be, what kind of style, if it was, how detailed. But really, depending how big the company was, maybe like a couple of hundred. It all depends on like the time scale. I'll probably start charging by the hour rather than by the project, and that's a good way. If you know it's going to be a large project, you can just throw it down. I'm going to have to change some of these because it's just going to be unbelievably long, I think, otherwise. Sampling, subdivisions, maybe 2. In fact, I'll just turn that off for now. Normally this is the quickest way, but obviously since I'm rendering, it's just going to be massive ball ache. You should put your logo inside of it and make it like a GIF thing where it starts from outside and zooms in to your logo. Who knows? This is me just mucking around. Like there's no textures or anything. How can you afford these programs? Being a student, why don't you enter any contests? I occasionally enter one, but like I would prefer to be doing client work rather than contests, because normally they're more useful for me anyway. How much you make a month approximately from AdSense and YouTube? Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to say. Let's throw that up to 2.8 because I think it's the blurriness which is causing it to take too long. No? There we are. What the hell? What the hell? protection on that. That's a bit quicker. Have you ever tried 3ds Max? Yeah, we did a lesson on it once in uni, but for what I'm doing, Cinema 4D is a lot easier to use and a lot faster to use, so that's what I'm using anyway. It's just easier. Yes, mate. You make like 4 cents a month. I make a little bit more than that, but not allowed to say. I hate how you can't do undo the movement in your camera in Cinema 4D. Yeah, it's annoying. This is not going to come out great, so this will probably come out better. Oh, I didn't know you could do that, but oh well. There's so many things I don't know about the program. Can you say how much you make by selling intros? I can tell you that I charge 60 quid per intro, which might tell you something. Oh, I just don't like this renderer. Wow. Which one do you think's better, 3DS or Cinema 4D? Completely depends what you're working on. I don't know. Yeah, it just completely depends. Oh, you've had training from Maxon. That's cool. Like, that's something I'm looking into for after uni. Maybe doing like a course in it. Did it cost you a lot? Windows versus Mac. I prefer the kind of how you use a Mac. Like, everything kind of runs smoother in my opinion. But completely down to opinion. Like, you can probably build a more powerful PC for like a cut of the cost of a Mac, but I'm stuck in my ways. I like my Macs. Let's throw some random materials on. Da da da. Oh no, these are just standard. Yeah, I don't need. Put a red light in the deep part of the roots. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. Ooh, where's that gone? Yeah, that was my the only thing I had between a like program specific course in uni, but I didn't know what I wanted to do at uni, or what I still really don't know what I'm going to do after I finish here as well. So I don't really want to limit myself to a specific program, purely because I have no idea if it's going to be right for me or not. But for now, I'll have a look. Like, I'll probably have a look into various programs, options even for after uni. God, I cannot cannot work and talk at the same time. Says the guy who does tutorials. But oh well. Yeah, I know the depth of field was too shallow, but that should be better. In fact, let's get rid of that and insert one of these. Maybe I'm just gonna disappear. Maybe am I subscribed to you? Because I will be. You are getting subbed. One little tip for you is maybe get rid of your thumbnails on your videos. That's my only suggestion. Other than that, I look forward to what you got. Yeah, I knew about the cloth NURBS. That's such a good technique. I'm going to get rid of that environment. Like, I think I remember when I first started out, like, I was awful. Like, I always found such a bad way around everything. Especially creating, like, a hemisphere. That was, like, one of the hardest things I'd ever done when I first started. Oh, no, I didn't put the light in the right place, did I? Should be there. God. Yeah, looks like you're getting quite a few subs. That's the best thing to do, just like keep active in not only your subscribers but like what everyone else is doing, and people will inevitably follow you if they think your stuff's good. Right. I'll probably stop this quite soon because I don't know, it's probably slowing my computer down and I kind of want to get this client work finished soon. But this is awesome. Like, obviously I'm not going to use this for anything, but we'll see what we can get. It's mainly something just to do whilst kind of interacting with you guys. Yeah, the depth didn't come off too well. But it's definitely something you can look into. Maybe. But this IG spline is awesome. Like, you could create so much using this, and I know I know I'm going to be using this for something. I don't really know what project will require this, but it'll be pretty cool. No, not that. End scale 0. Because you can make these like spikes as well using these sweep NURBS. That's cool. Like, maybe. Yeah, I guess B-splines probably the best way to do it, because that'll make it seem like it's more smoothing, and because it always adapts due to points, it always looks like it's kind of moving a little bit as well. And I guess that'll probably render. Yeah. You might even be able to kind of get a really, really subtle effect using a random effector. If you change maybe the polygon by like 0.01 and change it to noise, or that'll just change it really subtly. Maybe it needs to be point. That'll just change everything quite very gently, and it could be pretty cool. Like, you can get a bit of sway in. You can also animate the leaves. Yeah, I saw a tutorial on that a while ago, but I never really looked into it too much. Whereas this is pretty damn cool. So you can do a hell of a lot with this, I'd say. Like, if you were to go for kind of a top view, -90, then find you can create these really crazy kind of patterns, even if it's for like a background, like of an animation. Like, you could have your you could have maybe where are we gonna look for this? Maybe this too could. No. Yeah, you could have your logo with it kind of underneath. Should be pretty sweet. It's cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, try that out. Make these crazy shapes. And they'll be different every time. Where's this looking? Oh, I bet shadows is turned off. No. Pretty cool. hell's this going? So it's starting to take a bit longer. Alright, see ya mate. I think I'm going to end the stream here anyway, as it's now 11:30. Been going for a while, so I hope you've enjoyed this stream and it's been helpful in some way. If you have any questions, make sure just to give me a quick follow on Twitter, and you can check my Facebook out as well, because that's where I post a lot of kind of behind the scenes images, kind of work in progress, and kind of little previews of what I'll be uploading over the weeks, kind of as the project comes along. So yeah, just make sure to follow all them, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Hopefully I'll get a few more of these out soon. So yeah, see you later guys.